the Southern Poverty Law Center tries to silence people on a range of issues. It's not just immigration. It's also people that are pro-life. It's people that are concerned about racial preferences, people that are concerned about same-sex marriages, gun control, immigration, and patriots. And see, I'm wearing my American flag, and you see my scarf here. I mean, that makes me a threat because I'm a patriot, and that's how the Southern Poverty Law Center sees it. And they also seem to believe and seem to feel that if you're white, and obviously I'm not, that you lose your right to criticize and protest. And so there's a double standard. It's okay if a political minority engages in a protest. It's okay if a racial ethnic minority engages in a protest. But in the case of groups like the Tea Party movement, because most of them are white and most of them are conservative, that's not okay. They're a threat to society. And what they're doing is shutting down free speech in a very dangerous way. And when I wrote my book, The New White Nationalism in America, I warned about the dangers of shutting down discourse on legitimate issues because of political correctness and the inability of well-meaning people to discuss legitimate issues like affirmative action, like crime, like immigration. It sort of forces people to have to carry on that dialogue in forums that may be more extremist than they have to be. And so they're actually making more converts probably to extremist organizations than they would if they allowed people to talk about the issues that concern them. And I believe that if I were white, I would be concerned about demographic changes. I would wonder about what the country is going to look like in the future, and I'd be concerned about the fact that we have so many poor people, and these are legitimate issues to be discussed in public forums, to be discussed on university campuses, but in this environment that the Southern Poverty Law Center and some of the liberal media organizations control, you cannot have discussions about issues that are important like that. And these discussions tend to go underground. And when they go underground, you have like-minded people talking to one another. Cass Sunstein has written about the dangers of like-minded people talking with one another. It tends to make them more extreme. If we're concerned about race relations, if we're concerned about the threats of extremist groups, the best thing we can do is include their voices in the dialogue, and that's not what we're doing. And the Southern Poverty Law Center is one of the most intolerant organizations out there. They're guilty of everything, you know, that they accuse other groups of being guilty of, and I think that they're dangerous, and they need to be exposed. And I can't say anything stronger about how I feel about that. The way that they operate, now that they have moved from hate groups into just attacking conservative individuals, is that they would write an article and they would drop the names of people in it. Michelle Bachmann or Rick Perry, they've had their names dropped. There have been some professors that have written papers about the Confederates, neo-Confederates, that type of thing. They'll list these people as threats. And some years ago, there was this guy named Robert Griffin that wrote a book about William Pierce that started the National Alliance, which was a neo-Nazi group. And so this person did participant observation research, and at the time, the Southern Poverty Law Center, they wrote this about Griffin's book. The kid-glove treatment of Pierce made Griffin a hero to white racists. It also raised the question of why a seemingly respectable professor would write a book so blatantly uncritical of a notorious figure like Pierce. And so those are the kind of words, seemingly respectable, because this researcher had decided to study this particular individual, this particular group. Now, the story with Griffin is that he sort of had a over the years, you know, he hung out with this group. He has become a white activist or a white nationalist, someone I would consider a white nationalist. But the very fact that he conducted the research should not have been enough to get him on the Southern Poverty Law Center's hate list. The other thing that the Southern Poverty Law Center has done is try to discredit the Tea Party movement, which is a lot of people that are concerned about America in the way that I'm concerned about America. They have actively tried to discredit them. And the spring 2010 issue has a list of active patriot groups in the United States in 2009. It includes common law courts, publishers, ministries, and citizens groups. And it lists Constitutional Party, Oath Keepers, We the People, just goes down the list of citizens, militia, grand jury. Then it says, when you read down further enough, listing here does not imply that the groups themselves advocate or engage in violence or other criminal activities or are racist. But once your name is in this report, your reputation is shot. And so I mean, it's like kind of over once they list you. And I mean, this is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous, because the Constitution gives us the right of freedom of assembly, freedom of speech, and they only want it for one side. And if you continue to shut down legitimate voices of dissent, I think you do get that revolution that they're so afraid of. They are making it happen because they are not allowing a healthy debate. And so I believe that it's up to all of us to do what we can to expose them, but also to stop this political correctness madness. It's totally mad. And I have decided that I will continue to speak, and I believe that part of their attempt to discredit me over a film that I endorsed called A Conversation About Race was really about immigration. I had edited a book in 2007 called Debating Immigration, in which I tried to bring diverse voices into the conversation. By doing that, I included the voice of Peter Brimelow, and I felt that that his voice was entitled to be included in that book as well. The voice of Christians that were not open borders Christians, that believe that the state has a right to enforce the laws of the land, and that we can expect immigrants, people that come here illegally, to obey the laws, and that we are a nation of laws and not a nation of just total chaos. Well, because of that book, you know, which has been well received, I think they wanted to shut my voice down on the immigration issue. And I am concerned about the fact that the people harmed in this debate are low-wage, low-skilled workers. Some of them are black, some of them are white, and some of them are Hispanics. In fact, those groups are hurt the most. They're hurt by lower wages, and they're hurt by being displaced. And it is a total fabrication and misconception that that high levels of immigration is not is not affecting American workers. I don't know of any jobs that Americans won't do. And even when it comes to the agricultural jobs, there are people legally in this country, and there are some Americans that would do those jobs. There's high unemployment in every sector where immigrants compete, and we need to have a healthy discussion about this and not be silenced. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol.